Hey guys, Cap1 here. I'm going to be doing a brief overview of all of the new, not all of the new, but the new season 2021, season 11 items for Singed, things that are relevant to this character, things that he can build, new build paths maybe, potential flex items, stuff like that. I'll discuss starting items, mythic items, legendaries, full build, etc., and just like my very, very early theory crafting on the season 2020 items for Singe. So go ahead and get right into the shop here. So we have new shop for season 2020. I'm sure you guys have seen this in my videos by now, but we have boots. So obviously for boots, we have boots of swiftness, sorcerer shoes, brown boots, we have mobility boots, Ionian boots, those are CDR boots, merc treads, berserker's greaves, and plated steel caps. So plated steel caps are tabbies. I don't know why they changed the name, but those are ninja tabby. So I'll go ahead and put those in my inventory right there, and we'll start fleshing out a full build. So there's a recommended tab, and this tab will recommend you items that it thinks will be good for the game based on a few things. So it's based on the enemy champions, based on your champion, based on like game state and stuff like that. Just things that the game will think is good for you. The recommended mythics for Singed are Riftmaker, Hextech Rocket Belt, and Legendaries Anguish. So Riftmaker, 80 AP, 150 health, 15 ability haste. It's a CDR replacement. We have 15% Omnivamp, that's Spell Vamp. Void Corruption, for every second in combat, you deal 3% bonus damage up to 15%. When you finally hit the 15%, that 15% is converted to true damage. And then the Mythic passive, it's like a set bonus. Every legendary you complete after this gains 5%, gives you 5% magic pen. So Rocket Belt is the same thing basically. No Omnivamp, it gives 250 health instead. And then Rocket Belt has the old Proto Belt active, and this one gives flat magic pen instead. Legendaries Anguish, so this is probably geared more towards actual mages because it gives 600 mana. Singe doesn't really need 600 mana. It's also 200 gold more expensive than the other two and doesn't give any health, but this one does 1% max health damage per second for 4 seconds on debuff, and you shred 5%, or sorry, you gain, hold on, I gotta leave a rester. You gain 5% magic pen per second, up to 25%. So this used to actually shred MR, but now they changed it to just like you gaining percent magic pen. Still pretty good, I think. I think that the probably if you go to all items, you can see like all the mythics that are AP based. I think these are just the AP mythics, by the way. These are not all the mythics in the game. So if I uncheck, if I check and uncheck AP, actually, if I hit clear filters, it should show me all of the mythics. No, there it is. Okay, so these are all of the mythics in the game. There's a lot of them, as you can see down here. We're only going to be looking at the AP ones, so we'll go ahead and change back to AP. AP mythics are going to be the ones that we want are Hextech Rocket Belt, Riftmaker, Night Harvester, and Legendaries Anguish. So Night Harvester I actually didn't talk about. Night Harvester is 80 AP, 250 health, 15 ability haste. And this gives kind of like a Singed passive on the passive portion of this. Damaging a champion gives you movement speed and deals damage. 40-second cooldown per champion, 25% movement speed, 1.5 seconds. So it's like kind of like Singed passive, except you have to actually deal damage instead of just drifting by them. I personally don't think that this one's going to be that good on Singe. I could be wrong, because from what I can tell, Riftmaker just seems like the best mythic for Singe, or like almost every game. I can see most games will be a choice between Riftmaker and Hextech Rocket Belt. So I think if you're versus a team comp that has like a lot of mobility, a lot of ranged champions, or if they have like Banshees Veils that you need to pop, then Rocket Belt can be very good. But I think in most games, like 8 out of 10 games or 9 out of 10 games, I think Riftmaker will probably be the best item. This item just seems like too good to be true. Honestly, like it's everything that Singed wants. It's health, sustain, CDR, AP, true damage, magic pen. Like this is the type of item that Singed has been waiting for a long time. Something that has me very excited about season 11 is that for the first time, we actually, as Singed players, we have our own items. Like for AP Bruisers, AP Bruisers have their own items for the first time like ever. AP Bruisers up until now have just like had to basically steal mage items and then try and like make builds work with like these wacky items that aren't really meant for their character. Like the only items that maybe were really meant for AP Bruisers was like Rylays and Legendaries, but that's not enough. You can make an argument for other stuff like Morello, but I'm not going to get into that. These items, however, are like meant for AP bruisers, like Singed, Mordekaiser, Swain, stuff like that. Silas, for example. So I think Riftmaker is probably going to be most times the best mythic for Singed, but it would really depend with Hextech Rocket Belt, because the movement speed you gain from Hextech Rocket Belt is going to be very strong as well in certain situations where the movement speed and the gap closer would help you. So on to Legendaries for Singed. So there's a bunch of different AP Bruiser Legendaries, and bear in mind, these are just the AP Legendaries. These are not the tank Legendaries. I'll talk about the tank Legendaries here in a second. We have Demonic Embrace. This is a big one for Singed. This is the Legendaries replacement for Singed. This deals 1.5% max health damage every second for 4 seconds. So is a little bit more than Legendaries max health, but it doesn't shred armor and MR. Instead, it gives you armor and MR. So the damage, I think, from this is actually lower than Legendaries because of not shredding resistances, but tankiness is very good. You also gain 350 health, 70 AP. This is a very, very good item. I think this will probably be built on Singe just about every game. Because Singe does need % max health damage to scale, and I think that armor and MR on top of it is just really good. This item is awesome. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that like Singed actually has his own like items. Like AP Bruisers actually have like their own items now. It feels really good. Okay, this is one that I want to talk about, Cosmic Drive. I don't think that we'll build Cosmic Drive every game. It's basically AP Phage. And AP Phage, it gives you AP, health, CDR, and whenever you deal damage, you gain movement speed. I don't see this being built every game. I think that, honestly, Deadman's Plate is probably a better alternative. This does give really good CDR, though, and like maybe if you really need that CDR, it's good. I think this is the single highest CDR item in the entire game. It gives 30 ability haste, which is, yeah, like CDR is good on Singed, but only up to a certain point, and I think we'll be fine in terms of CDR with just the CDR from Riftmaker. I don't think we'll really need more than that. And for that reason, I think DMP will probably be better. But this is still a really good item, like because it fits the stat profiles for Singed. It gives him everything he wants. Maybe too much CDR, but it's still really good. So I can see this one being a buy for Singed as well. Wouldn't recommend it every time, though. Rylai's. So Rylai's is now 3,000 gold, gives 50 more health, same AP, but the slow has been increased to 30%. Rylai's, I think with Riftmaker and Demonic Helm being so good, I don't see Rylai's being core, but I see Rylai's being really good. I see Rylai's as being a luxury item, like a late game item, if you can get to it, because the 30% slow is going to be really good and really clutch later in the game. Same thing with Deathcap. I mean, it's a luxury item, but I think Rylai's is probably a bit better percentage. It's cheaper, gives health, and the slow is going to be really nasty. 30% is awesome as well. What else would I build on Singe? Zhonya's is the same, a little bit less AP. Morello is the same. It costs 500 gold less, 5 less AP, no magic pen, 50 less health, but the Grievous Wounds builds out of a component item called Oblivion Orb. This is awesome. Oblivion Orb gives Grievous Wounds now, costs 800 gold for 40% Grievous Wounds, 30 AP, and then the full Morello will give you 60% Grievous Wounds when they're below 50% health. That is awesome. Void Staff. Now, this is going to be very interesting for Singed. It is 2,500 gold, 65 AP, 40% magic pen. It builds out of a component called Blighting Jewel, 25 AP, 15% magic pen. This could be a very, very, very strong tool just by itself. If you don't want to build the full Void Staff, if you just want like some magic pen, this could be very good. Now bear in mind, because I have Riftmaker, this would give me 5% here and then 15% here for a total of 20% magic pen. If we look at my stats tab, 19% magic pen, so 20% basically. And then with Void Staff, this should be 40%. Sorry, plus however much. The magic pen, 46%. Yep. So it is not bad at all that it builds out of a component item that gives magic pen, percent magic pen. That is awesome. They did take magic pen off of Morello, but we do have it now on like a component item, and we have it from Riftmaker and stuff like that. It's like we do have magic pen. I think the percent magic pen is gonna be better percentage anyways, because like you're gonna be fighting tankier targets most of the time. You dive backline when you're winning a fight, so it's pretty good. Staff of Flowing Water, we don't care about that support item. Chemtech Purifier, don't care about it because we have Morello. Medjai's, this is a big one. This is a very big one. So Dark Seal has been changed. Dark Seal Now still costs 350 gold, but Dark Seal, hold on one second. Dark Seal still costs 350 gold. It gives 15 AP now instead of 10. It gives 40 health instead of 100 mana. Instead of giving the potion passive where it would heal you more from your potions, they took that out and changed it up. It builds into Magi's still. Magi's is, I think, going to be potentially a core item on Singed. So Magi's gives health now. It gives 20 AP, 100 health. And then it has the Magi's passive, obviously. So this is a much better stat profile for Singe than giving him mana. We really didn't care about the mana that much that I used to give. But now that it gives health, this could be core because you get a lot of assists on Singe. You're very easy to get assists. Even if you lose all of your stacks on Singe, it's very easy to get them back up. He's kind of like Janna in that regard, where on Janna you can go Magi sometimes, and even if you lose your stacks because you just rack up assists really easily, you can get them back pretty quickly. And same thing with Singe, because like you're always tagging multiple people with poison. I can see this being very good on Singed. Don't know if I would call it core every time, but I can definitely see it being core because it is a legendary item, so that counts towards the Riftmaker passive, current mythic passive bonus 10% magic penetration. So it is the cheapest legendary in the entire game at 1600 gold. But yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world. I think it could potentially be core, but we'll have to see. We won't know for sure until the actual season starts. What else do we have? I mean, Banshees is basically the same. Archangels has been changed, so it doesn't have the shield anymore, but it has a higher mana ratio to AP. Lichbane, we don't build that on Singe. That doesn't sound good. Nashers, we don't build that on Singe. Horizon Focus, we don't build that on Singe. This is meant for like Zerath and stuff like that. Mythics are all good. Everfrost, I should talk about Everfrost. So Everfrost, 80 AP, 200 health, 600 mana, and ability haste. Deal 100 plus 30% magic damage in a cone, slowing enemies by 65% for 1.5 seconds. Enemies at the center of the cone are rooted instead for 20-second cooldown. So this could potentially be really good on Singed. It really will just depend, like, because it is 200 more gold than Riftmaker, and Riftmaker is just so good on Singed. Like, Riftmaker seems like it's just too good to be true. And Everfrost seems pretty good, but it doesn't seem as good as Riftmaker. And if I need to catch somebody with a slow, I could just go Protobelt instead. Sorry, Rocket Belt. But this could be with like a Glacial build or something. Like, it's a GLP replacement that gives health. So with Glacial Augment, this could potentially be good. We have to just experiment with the builds and find out. Okay, let's look at the tank legendaries. What do we got here? Health. We'll go health, yeah. So for tank legendaries, this is awesome. So what they've done here is great. We have I'll go over, where's my favorite? Dead Man's Plate, here we go. Dead Man's Plate is basically the same. They reduced the armor, increased the health. This is good. They did this to all of the tank items. They reduced all of their resistance values and increased the health, which is awesome for Singed, because for Singed, you prefer to have higher health because your ultimate gives you so many resistances. Now, it builds out of a component called Winged Moonplate. Winged Moonplate is 800 gold, 150 health, 5% movement speed. That is absolutely fantastic because that 5% movement speed actually builds into the Dead Man's Plate, which retains it, and then you still get the 60 bonus movement speed. So you're getting, not only are you getting that flat movement speed, you're also getting percent movement speed, which increases your flat even further. Singed loves flat movement speed bonuses because of his passive. His passive is percent bonus, so any flat bonus that he gets that's high is awesome for Singed. But whenever you have a percent bonus as well, it never hurts. Especially when you can build the component into the full item. Like, if you know you're going to go Dead Man's Plate eventually, which most games you probably will, because it's so good on Singed, you can just sit on the Winged Moonplate if you need the movement speed now, or some movement speed now, and then finish the full DMP later, which is awesome. Like, it's such a good change that they made. Wish it built out a Raptor Cloak instead, but they didn't bring ZZ Rat back, so yeah, I'll take it. Dead Man's Plate seems absolutely awesome on Singed. Talk about, where's the big one? Force of Nature. Force of Nature is back. 350 health, 60 magic resist, 5% movement speed. Taking damage from abilities grants you 6 movement speed and 4 MR for 5 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Each unique ability instance can give 1 stack. So this is different than the old Force of Nature, but similar. The old Force of Nature way back gave, I believe, 7% movement speed, and it gave like 80 magic resistance, might have been something like that. But it's gonna be a great item on Singed. I don't think it will be better than Abyssal Mask though. And that makes me kind of sad because Force of Nature seems like just such a fun item, but Abyssal Mask just seems absurd. So Abyssal Mask passive is Unmake. Immobilizing a champion causes them to take 10% increased damage for 4 seconds. That's from all sources. That's like having pressed the attack on an item. This is going to be great because you just pop your fling, and then they take bonus damage for 4 seconds from not only your poison trill and your auto attacks, but from everything. That's gonna be great. This passive seems absolutely broken, and I look forward to abusing it in season 11. What else do we have here? Warmogs is just Warmogs. I mean, it's the exact same item. Visage. What did they change here? The Visage looks like it's the same, except it increases shielding as well, and the price went up by 100 gold. Don't care about that. I guess I can look at the tank mythics as well. I don't think the tank mythics are going to be like all that good on Singed compared to Riftmaker and Protobelt, but where are they? Okay, Turbo Chem Tank is the Righteous Glory replacement. It's just RG. It gives 25 armor, 50 MR. The stat profiles are super weird on these tank mythics. Like they all give like armor and MR both. Some give more armor, some give more MR. I don't know. It's very odd. But it's just the RG. The mythic passive grants all your other legendary items 5% tenacity and slow resistance. That could be really sick for a tenacity stacking build, so I'll have to keep an eye on it, but I just don't see it being better than the AP mythics for Singed, ever. Frostfire Gauntlet is more armor, MR, 350 health, CDR, and that is the Iceborne Gauntlet replacement. Attacks create a frost field for 1.5 seconds, and as they move across, the field is slowed by 30 plus whatever, how many percent. The thing about the tank mythics, by the way, guys, these tank mythics, all of them have the Sunfire Cape passive. So Sunfire Aegis has the strongest Sunfire passive because it is the Sunfire Cape replacement, but these have like a mini Sunfire. The Frostfire and the Turbo Chem Tank have a mini Sunfire on them. So Sunfire Aegis is like the ramping damage one. It is, whenever you stay in combat, your Immolate from your Sunfire actually gains increased damage by 12% for 5 seconds, up to 6 stacks, which is actually going to be a lot of damage whenever you're in the middle of combat as a tank. I think on Maokai, this is like a wet dream item. Also, whenever you're at full stacks, your auto attacks will burn enemies for your Immolate damage. So yeah, like Maokai is going to be sick with this. Shen's going to be awesome with this, especially Shen. This could even potentially be like a good Singed mythic, but again, compared to Riftmaker, I just it's hard to justify anything compared to this item. This item just seems like it's so it's like it's made for Singed almost, is how it feels like. They designed this specifically with Singed in mind, I think. Singed and Mordekaiser, those two. What is this? Imperial Mandate, that's a support mythic. Don't really care about that. Mintstone Renewer, don't really care about that. Shrillia's Gore Drinker. I mean, overall, everything seems really good. I think the new items are going to be awesome. They're going to add a lot of depth and versatility to the gameplay, and I'm very excited for it. I think Season 11 is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be fantastic. I have really high hopes for it. I think it will be good. Yeah, I think it will be good. What is this? Bandle Glass Mirror. Oh, it builds in the support items. Seekers just builds into Zonya's still. Fiendish Codex just builds into Zonya's and Banshees and Legendaries and Cosmic Drive. So, I mean, nothing too different there. Aether Wisp only builds into Lichbane now. So, they changed the build path for Shirelia's, I think. Shirelia's is actually a mythic now. Then Oblivion Orb is still Oblivion Orb, just built into the support one as well. Yeah, so I think a good 6-item build on Singed would probably be like this. So we go Riftmaker, Demonic, then we go Deadman's maybe not Deadman's third. I could see like Rylai's third, Deadman's fourth, then maybe like if I need anti-healing, a Morello, or if I need like, what do I do if I need more damage? Oh, Zonya's. This would be a sick full item build. So we have 4 AP items, the tank item, what else? We don't need necessarily to make Dead Man's Core either. You can function just fine without Dead Man's. I just think it's a great item on Singed. I like to build it a lot. So you could even do like Morello, Zhonya's, that'd be awesome. Because you have anti-healing, then you have invulnerability from the Zhonya's. Looks nice. You could even do like Void Staff as well here, and if you don't want to go Morello, then you can like sell that and go Cosmic Drive. You have a lot of options here. It really is just going to depend on what you need in the game. If you need to ult constantly, Cosmic Drive is your friend. If you need tankiness and movement speed, Dead Man's Blade is your friend. If you need to just deal as much damage as possible, Death Cap, Void Staff, skip the Rylai's. If you just want like a well-rounded, all-around build, I would say Riftmaker, Demonic Embrace, Rylai's, Zhonya's Morello. This would be a great 6-item build on Sin. This would be a fantastic 6-item build. A little bit of everything. You have decent AP, 393 AP. Anti-healing. You have Magic Pen. Right now, with this build, I have 20% Magic Pen. That is actually really high, without even having a Void Staff. Percent magic pen, max health shred, sorry. Then I have the Rylai's slow and true damage on the Riftmaker. Yeah, I think this would be a great 6-item build. Season 11 item wise looking fantastic. It's gonna be so exciting to have new items for Singed. I'm sorry I talked so fast in this video, but I'm trying to get a lot of information out in a concise manner so you guys can absorb the whole video. Feel free to pause it and go back and listen to specific parts about my thoughts on items, but I think that this is where I'm going to cut it off. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. I'm really excited for Season 11. It's going to be awesome, guys. I'll see you guys next year. Or I guess this year. Tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Have a good one, guys.